Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Viewers, I'm in Miss Francine's home, where after there's a ceremony going on where there will be a co-naming ceremony of late Jessie Cast. She died. She was very, very great and beautiful activist, and she was a young teacher in Brooklyn area. She died during the storm Sandy in 2012. So let's talk to Francine, the mother of Jessie Street West. Stretch Cast. I'm sorry, Stretch Cast. I'm sorry, Stretch Cast. Sorry again. Her full name was Jessie Stretch Cast. So welcome to Global TV and Dunya International. Please tell us about yourself, Miss Francine, and your beautiful, great late daughter, Jessie Street Cast.
Well, she was 24, and she had just started teaching special ed high school at Bushwick School for Social Justice. And she had always been an activist, for animal rights, fighting for equality for people who were lower income. She actually was somebody who was welcoming and open to everyone. And she and her friend, who was also like an incredible young man, his name was Jacob Vogelman, they were walking the dog when the storm hit, and they were crushed by the trees. So we didn't find out until the next morning.
To Jessie and
Jessie and Jacob were both killed together, and the dog was injured. And I actually have her dog now. He's here, Max. He's out on the porch.
The dog is still with you, right?
Still with me.
Memories.
And her students were devastated. She had just been teaching for 2 months, but the students said no one had ever treated them with respect the way she had, and no one was as kind to them. So they were pretty devastated. And if you hear some of her friends when they talk, people just talk about how she was always there for people. And Jacob was the same way. He was just a lovely young man who was always there for his friends and neighbors.
Francine, you are really sad on this occasion, but you will be happy that there will be a co-naming of your street on your great daughter, Jessie.
Yeah.
What are your feelings?
Well, I wanted people to not just focus on storm damage from the hurricane, because that's a lot of what you hear is the houses that were lost, but houses can be rebuilt. And there's not enough attention on the lives that were lost, for one. And also, I just want people to remember Jessie. And maybe in years from now, people will Google it when they see her name. And I hope they don't just hear that she was killed in the storm. I hope some of the other things come up about her.
For me, it's beautiful that you pile a book, a small book, very beautiful book, with the Jessie Street Cast's beautiful picture, and there are flowers. Can you tell me what is the matter inside this book, please? Can you hold?
Well, this is from her grave. And then this is every year in October we do a memorial on the street where she and Jacob were killed. So Jacob's mother and I, and people write messages on the street. And then these are just all of the things that people wrote about her and how she changed their life. This is her students at Bushwick, and this is a piano that they painted and dedicated for her. So
see this picture as well?
That's Jessie, of course. And her students made a memory box, which I have, and they have all these messages to her. That's her and her dad when she got her master's. He died 5 weeks after of cancer.
5 weeks?
Yeah. So he wasn't well there.
They were together now.
And what else? I don't know.
That's a beautiful dedication.
This is from the memorial. So this, yeah.
She died in 2012. 2012. She comes to your dream, or usually we saw
I'm in some bereavement groups with other parents who've lost young adult children, and they feel more signs. I only had one dream about 2 years after she died, where she was in the car, and I was asking her if it hurt, and if she was scared, because, you know, as a mother, that's really what you think about, is what they must have felt like when the trees were coming down. And she just said, if I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't be on the street, or something like that. But she didn't answer my question about whether they were scared or hurt. And
This is Francine. This is your idea to call and name her name on the street.
well, I really wanted to have a street naming for Jesse and Jacob together, and we were going to do it on the street where the tree killed them, which isn't too far from here. But that didn't work out, so we're just doing Jesse's on our street.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.